Here's one of the interesting things that we're seeing now in the marketplace that some of the real estate agents and sellers are having to get used to: home inspection repairs. And I've spoken to a lot of clients and especially sellers who've been living in their home for a number of years, sometimes decades, and they're like, hey, I don't have anything major going on here, no big issues. I've enjoyed it. And I think some of that is definitely true. And some of it is, like, even in my case, I think about just some of the little quirky things that I put up with that a home inspector's going to pick on. Here's what I mean by that is home inspectors are great in that they know a little about a lot of things, just depending on their background. And home inspectors get to spend 2 to 4 hours in a home and they test out everything. And if they're a great home inspector, they're going to help the buyer learn how to maintain the home. But also they're going to point out, hey, these are the deficiencies that it has. This is the life expectancy of the furnace. And right now it's at this age and probably you're going to need to start budgeting for it, or the roof is this age and you may need to start budgeting for it. Now, a typical seasoned buyer, it's like, great, I'm gonna plan and no immediate action. And if there's immediate action, they may negotiate with the seller into doing some of those things. But we're also seeing a group of buyers who are first-time home buyers buying bigger homes. They just stayed out of the marketplace for whatever reason and never bought, and they're becoming a homeowner for the first time of a home that is 30, 40, 60 years old, and they're coming to face with the reality of, oh, it has a beautiful kitchen, but I need to take care of these things. So some of these home inspections have been tough. We've had buyers concerned about some mice feces in the attic and they want all the insulation removed and replaced because they're worried about some mice feces. And the seller's like, yeah, every time that it gets cold outside, we get a few mice in the house. Or things like, hey, the furnace is 10 years old and the home inspector just told the buyer, hey, the average life expectancy of a furnace and AC is around 10 to 14 years old. And the seller's like, hey, it works perfectly fine. I've maintained it over the years. And the buyers are like, I'm going to have to replace that. So they're coming back to the sellers and asking for either new furnaces or budgeting towards some funds towards a future replacement, especially if the furnace has not been maintained, cleaned, and they're just seeing some stuff in there that worries them. So those are just some of the things to be prepared for if you're a seller or a buyer going into this marketplace, that it's changed. The landscape has changed and we're dealing with some of these tougher conversations on home inspections.